Hey guys, Clyde Monster here, and welcome again to Games and Gear, where I speak of games both old and new. Now you're probably wondering, why am I running back and forth? Well, to answer your question, this week I'm going to kick things up a notch. Here is a game that defines the definition of a blast from the past, dated back as far as August of 2017. Specifically, I'm talking about Sonic Mania. This game really pays tribute to the classic Sonic games of the 1990s in terms of gameplay and graphics. Not to mention a whole bunch of content that I never thought would make it into the game. I mean, if that's not grounds for groundbreaking, then I don't know what is. So without further delay, let's speed right along with Sonic as we look into Sonic Mania. When I first heard of Sonic Mania, I couldn't believe it. I never thought Sega would make a new classic Sonic game. Sonic Mania was developed by Christian Whitehead, who had previously worked on enhanced ports of early Sonic games. While I played the original trilogy on the Sega Genesis as a kid, to be honest, I never actually thought they would make another great game like that. I first heard about it online around 2016, and a lot of people were really hyped for it. And who can blame them? I mean, you got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in the classic style, traveling around different levels and battling bosses each time. I've seen trailers for this, and the fact that they would give an animated opening for the game was really neat. I felt that it really expressed what the game itself had to offer. I haven't seen a Sonic game this exciting since Sonic Generations, but unlike Generations, Sonic Mania actually keeps its 16-bit root, which is really nostalgic. I was really excited about getting the game, and when a year passed, well, let's just say it was worth the wait to get Sonic Mania, and boy do I have a lot to tell you. When I bought Sonic Mania from Steam and began playing it for the first time, it was really amazing. You start off in Green Hill Zone as a callback to the original Sonic game, and as I got further, there were new areas that was never there before, and the music soundtrack was really neat as it was really fitting for the game. While there were other classic areas like Chemical Plant Zone, Lava Reef Zone, Hydra City Zone, and even Stardust Highway, there were some newer areas like Mirage Saloon Zone, Press Garden Zone, Metallic Madness Zone, and my personal favorite, Studiopolis Zone. The bonus stages were pretty neat too. It almost pays homage to the bonus stage from Sonic CD. I really liked that 3D approach. It was as if it paid tribute to the Sega Saturn area, more specifically Sonic R. They also had time trial mode, in which the results would get posted online after you completed it, and there was also a multiplayer mode, which reminded me of the multiplayer mode Sonic 2, as well as Sonic 3. After I played the game, I could honestly say that I really enjoyed it. It was such a great experience to play the game. Heck, you might even say it took me on a Sonic shuffle. Eh? Get it? Well, anyway, I was about to get a big surprise with Sonic Mania the following year. By spring of 2018, there was an announcement that Sonic Mania was going to get a major update, which was now known as Sonic Mania Plus. This included two Sonic characters that have been in obscurity for a long time, specifically Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Squirrel were both introduced in an old arcade game called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. However, Mighty was playable in the Sega 32X game Knuckles Chaotix, and Ray has been playable in any Sonic game up until now. It also included a new option called Encore Mode. I really liked the pinball bonus stage in that one because it was really fun to play. Plus, Mighty and Ray have some interesting abilities. For example, Mighty can do a hammer drop which you can slam onto enemies, plus he's safe from spikes. How cool is that? And Ray has the ability to glide, pretty much like Mario could in Super Mario World. I think it was pretty neat that Ray and Mighty were added into the game. I wonder if Sega will ever give that kind of love to any other Sonic character, like Knack the Weasel or possibly Amy Rose. It really gives you something to think about. Also, it was pretty neat how in Encore mode you get to play in Angel Island Zone. Now in terms of that, Sonic Mania was just full of surprises. Heck, it even got an animated YouTube miniseries out of it too. So later in the year, Sega did a miniseries called Sonic Mania Adventures. It was pretty much picking up where it left off after the events of Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces. In a comedy kind of style, it showed Sonic fighting Dr. Eggman, preventing him from gathering the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald. The animation was pretty neat too. In fact, it was the same animation that was used in the opening of Sonic Mania. It's also worth knowing that it's one of those cartoons that, although the characters don't speak, you can always tell what they're thinking. I really liked what this series was trying to do in terms of promoting the game, as well as the characters in the game. To be honest, I don't think anyone was expecting to see Amy Rose in the latest episode that was released in December. All I can say is the people did a great job with the series, and watching it was a great fun experience. Aaron Weber, who's the social media coordinator at Sega America in California, starred in the promo for Sonic Mania Plus that paid homage to the Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis commercial in the early 1990s. Another thing about Sonic Mania that I liked was the music soundtrack that I mentioned earlier. It featured music remixes of some of the classic Sonic levels like Green Hill Zone, Lava Reef Zone, and Chemical Plant Zone, which combined with Sega Genesis sounds really makes the whole thing breathtaking. In fact, if you were to collect a certain amount of medallions that you get in the Blue Sphere stage, whether it's gold or silver, you can access to an area called DA Garden. And another neat little Easter egg is that in the boss level of Chemical Plant Zone Act 2, you can play around a Puyo Puyo, which also serves as a callback to the Sega Genesis game Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bee Machine. I think it was pretty interesting how Sonic Mania managed to sneak some Easter eggs as you play the game. In fact, in the boss level of Metallic Madness Zone Act 2, you can come across evil doll versions of Amy Rose. In a way, it just goes to show that Amy Rose will never be forgotten. Overall, Sonic Mania is such a great game. It really brings back the nostalgic feeling that the Sega Genesis games had. Playing as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Ray, or even Mighty is a great experience, and I really liked what Sega did in terms of that. Also makes me wonder if Sega will have any more plans to make more classic Sonic related content. Of course, I mean no disrespect to the modern Sonic games. Still, I think it's amazing that a lot of effort was put into this game. Honestly, I'm glad I had a chance to play Sonic Mania as well as the updated DLC. It was such a great experience for me, and I think that anyone who's an old school Sonic fan would totally enjoy the game. Leave it to Sonic to roll around the speed of sound, even in the 16-bit rendition. So thanks Sega for making a great Sonic game that's such a big blast from the past. Dr. Eggman had better watch out because Sonic is going to come at full speed. And with that, this week's episode comes to a close, which means it's time for Game Wordplay. And this week's Game Wordplay is Runplete, a term used when you want to complete a level right away without collecting anything, most common in speedrunners. Speaking of speed, I gotta get going, so this is Clyde Monster saying, see you next time on Games in Gear. Well, gotta go fast. Whoa! Don't worry, I'm okay. I just went a little bit too fast there.
Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me to Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to chug jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me to Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to chug jug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers.
I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Games in Gear. If so, then click the like button. And to see more, click that subscribe button. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Now we'll continue to get my video game on.